Bob Ross this bitch.
Just beat the devil out of.
Shing, sparkle, sparkle.
Lately I've really been into scrolling through Pinterest to satisfy my need for some visual stimulation, and upon doing so have come across some interesting t-shirt designs that have inspired this video's project, which I like to call Doodle shirts. Just an amalgamation of all sorts of drawings and doodles all over a plain t-shirt to make it extra. I love this idea so much, and I found a plain-ish t-shirt that I think will be perfect for this project. So here's what we're working with as the base of this project. I got this shirt off Depop. It's got a really cool message. It's vintage early 2000s, but I'm not really digging the message that's on the front. You don't need an X chromosome to be a girl. Feels a little exclusionary. So I'm gonna cover that up first, or at least part of it, to fix that. And then we will get to the doodling. So I have this rainbow chrome fabric.
Future!
That I want to use to cover up this. Ooh, yeah, perfect. Now it says, it's a me thing. So now I want to put on this little patch that I have. Just been sitting in my stash. I think I want it right there. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
This is better! Much better!
Now that I have this front part fixed up, the doodling can commence. I have some paint markers here by Artix and some gel pens that I got from Target. I'm just gonna go in freehand. We're gonna Bob Ross this bitch. Just roll with the happy accidents. I love Bob Ross. I love when he does he like cleans off the paintbrush and he just...
I would shake it off and then just beat the devil out of.
Okay, let's get to doodling. To start off, I wanted something simple that was just mostly line drawing and randomness to get a feel for coming up with doodles as I go. I always lean towards a celestial theme, so of course I started off with a little moon here and then tried to make some stars and little dots and make it all bright, fun colors with the gel pens. Oh god. Well, stupid. Okay, there it is. Let's see. Dot. Dot. Oh my god, that's a lot of paint. Well, sure. Oh god, I hate the way these stick. Okay. Okay. I might be sticking with the pens for the rest of this. Oh god. It's like a microfiber cloth. Oh my god. Can you not? How about don't do that? Oh, the way that it sticks to this pen, I can't. I'm just gonna, yeah, just to add some pink. Sure, make it a little bigger. Yeah. No, I can't with this. I don't like it. Continuing with the celestial theme, I wanted to create a very colorful and bright Saturn since I am a Capricorn. My zodiac sign is ruled by Saturn, so I thought this would be a nice nod to that. Again, I used the gel pens for a more neon look and tried to make some sort of rainbow gradient thing. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I just tried to blend all the colors while making the shape look kind of spherical. Honestly, I really like whatever I did. It just looks so cool and makes the crow brain happy. On the bottom corner of the shirt, I knew I wanted to try a big sun in the sunset colors of pink, purple, orange, and yellow. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing in terms of shading and making the shape look more spherical, but I am trying my best. I just kept adding more colors together and on top of each other to get a somewhat decent looking thing. I'm not too excited about it, but I'm also not mad at it. Here's how it's coming so far. The way I see it, this is kind of like my universe, and now whatever I put in the middle is like the stuff that's in my universe. Stuff that I like. I don't know. It works for me. So let's keep doodling. Once I finished the sun portion, I decided on drawing a little spell book. It is not the greatest sketch in the world, with a cute little mouse next to it. I did the mouse in a neon green just because I thought it looked cool. Once that was done, I wanted to try something a little more ambitious and do a more in-depth bow. I started with some green from my Artix paint marker set and kept going in and trying to give it as much depth as I could. Then I took a break from that and started on a swirly doodle that is always my go-to when it comes to doodles. I wanted these in a really nice solid rainbow, so I did a few swirls in each of the different rainbow colors. Now I'm going back to that bow and adding some blue because I really wanted a nice blue-green combo. Now this is Denji. For all my fellow American McGee Alice fans, this is my plushie Dreadful. I named him Denji, and I wanted to draw his adorable little horrifying face on my shirt, so of course I had to bring him over to reference. I simply had to add a dragon to my shirt. I have always loved dragons. For this one, I'm using a patch that I have from my craft stash for reference. For the colors of the dragon, I wanted to do mostly purple because I just feel like that's a good dragon color, but also add in pink and orange to give it that sunset color combo again. I only realized after she was all colorized that it kind of looked like Spyro. To fill in more of the empty space near this little spell book, I decided to add a witch hat that also has a very wizardy feel. Moving right along, I decided to make a little wand doodle in bright neon colors with the gel pens. I really love how this neon rainbow wand came out. Just because the colors are so perfect, that rainbow is so satisfying. Now I'm going back to that bow just because I hate how these colors were looking. I really didn't like the green, so I just went in with some blues and did my best to not only cover all of that green, but give it some more depth. I wanted to add a dragonfly on here because I really love dragonflies, and the fact that there are so many different looking ones out in the world and they are all so magnificent. Again, doing a neon rainbow in the wings of this dragonfly to emulate the exquisite beauty of these awesome creatures. I just kind of went in and made shades of color in a random area on the wing, but kept the rainbow order as I went along and matched both sets of wings. I have finished the front. I'm really happy with how this came out. I wasn't happy with this bow at first, starting out making it green. I'm really happy with how it looks now. I just went over all of the green with blue and just did layers, and I don't know, I like it. But I chose to start with green because I wanted to use a color that I don't often go for or wear a lot or use, and I wanted to do like a blue-green combo, but I just hated how it came out, so I love it now. And I feel like it goes a lot better with the overall-ness of this, and my favorite part is definitely this dragon. Oh my god, she's beautiful. Now, I am not a very good artist, so I had low expectations when I started her, but holy crap. Like, how did I even do that? How? And then I've got some planets over here. Now, when I go to wear this is supposed to be Jupiter, if you couldn't tell. When I go to wear it and the sleeve comes down, Jupiter is gonna be sideways, but it's fine. And then I've got, this is supposed to be Pluto, because Pluto is a planet. You can't just call something a planet and then take it away. I don't care. Justice for Pluto. Anyway, now I can move on to the back. And we're starting with Krista from Ferngully. I watched this movie all the time as a kid, and I have always loved fairies, so this is a nice little nod to that. I was so nervous to start this because, as I said, I am not a great artist, and sometimes I can be pretty good at copying something, but sometimes I'm not. When I started on her face, I feel like it wasn't going too well, but then somehow it did come together and she looks pretty good overall. Just don't look at her mouth for too long. Once again, please excuse these headshots. I just can't seem to figure out where to put the camera for this kind of thing that will capture a good shot of the project, but also allow me to get close enough to work on the thing. Anyway, now I'm starting on her body and clothes, and again, I didn't think it was going well until I started giving her some color. I finished Krista. I am happily surprised with how good it came out. She's a little wonky, like her mouth. Girls had some work done, but overall, pretty good. Not too bad, I like it. Yay! On to the next. This little doodle is just of some mushroom fairy houses. I saw this style of mushroom fairy house online and I really liked it, so I tried to make it a bit my own, and I think they look pretty cute. So my camera died. So while it was charging, this is what I got done. Now I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna do Pegasus from Sailor Moon. I used to be obsessed with Sailor Moon. And when the episodes came out with Pegasus, I was obsessed with Pegasus. And I would draw him over and over and over again. So let's let's relive my childhood and draw Pegasus some more. My camera died again. This camera is not very good for filming time lapses. The battery depletes so quickly, but that's okay because I got the shirt done and now it's time for the reveal.